Happy Monday, Facebook. Michelle Kramer here, coming to you live, your Live Abundantly life and health coach. Last week, we started a series on baby steps to better health. We talked about water intake and sleep and finding substitutes for the foods that you eat and getting rid of the scale. And today, we're going to talk about probiotics. You all know that I am a big supporter of supplementation, but if we're talking baby steps, we need to go with one thing and one thing only. Then the probiotics is what I recommend. And I honestly believe that every person in this country especially should be on a probiotic because of our cultural norms for what we eat and the toxins that we're exposed to. Now, I of course take one that I prefer over all others. But I've also done a lot of research when it comes to this and really just want to kind of show you what you should be looking for in a probiotic, no matter who you buy it from or where you get it, the things that you should be looking for to know that it is going to be something that really helps your body. So what do probiotics do? Well, they balance your gut microbes because we don't take in as much fermented foods as our culture did, maybe 100 years ago. A lot of the foods back then were fermented more, and so that helped create good microbes to create balance in our bodies. However, since we don't do that, the foods that we eat, the lifestyle that we keep, the toxins that we're exposed to in our environment, things that are really out of our control unless we are like living hundreds of miles from civilization in a bubble where we're, growing our own crops and have our own, meat and basically self-sustaining, never leave the farm kind of thing. That there are people that do that, obviously, but most of us do not live that lifestyle. We choose convenience over something like that. So because we can't control everything, even if we make the best choices that we possibly can, we need something to help gain balance back into our lives. So when you have, and we also do, we have a lot of antibiotics in our life, and antibiotics actually kill all of the gut flora. So then you need a probiotic to balance that back out and bring the good gut flora back into play. It also helps us when we've got that balance. It helps us to digest food correctly. It helps us to eliminate toxins from our body correctly. So it's just probiotics are just in general something that we should all be doing. So what should the most effective probiotics have? What should you be looking for regardless of where you buy it, who you buy it from, what store you go to? What should you be looking for in a probiotic that's going to be effective for your body? It needs to have added digestive enzymes. A lot of probiotics will come without enzymes, and you have to buy enzymes separately. In order for a probiotic to be more effective, make sure that the enzymes are included with the probiotic. You need cultures in the probiotic that are alive past digestion. So in general, a lot of probiotics that you will buy at the store are going to be refrigerated. Not all of them, but most of them are going to be refrigerated. That means that their cultures are become active with heat or moisture. So upon ingestion, upon taking them, you're only getting about a 20 to 30% survival rate of those active cultures through the digestive process. So they're not really getting past your stomach. If you've got a probiotic that is freeze-dried, that has freeze-dried cultures in it, that means they are all active through the full digestive process because they don't require like that refrigeration. They're freeze-dried, so they have actually a longer, it takes longer for them to activate into your body. And most of the bad gut flora resides in your intestines, not in your stomach. So you need something that's going to get past just that base digestive process and get full on into like your whole intestinal stream so that you can really get in and attack those bad gut flora. There need to be fungal killers in the probiotic. And then there's a lot of information here, so I want to make sure that I get it all. And you need to make sure that it has at least 5 strains. You're going to have lots of different options when it comes to that, anywhere from 2 to 200 But it's really about what types of strains are in your probiotic, not necessarily how many strains. So at least 5. And then when you're looking at that, there are 2 things that through my research I've found that your probiotic really must contain in order for it to be successful at attacking the yeast overgrowth in your gut and the bad gut flora. So here's the first one. And guys, I actually took the time to write this backwards so that when I showed it to you, you would be able to read it, because it is not the easiest word. If I were to just say it, I'm going to even try it. Lactobacillus Acidophilus. Sure, I feel like I'm Dr. Seuss now. Yeah, just saying it, you'd have no idea what to look for. So even if you need to come back to this video later to write this down, this is one of the most important strains for your gut flora, because for the probiotic that you're looking for, because this is the one that is most active. Thanks, Hannah. I tried really hard. This is the one that is most effective at killing that yeast overgrowth in your body. Thanks, Dawn. I appreciate your thumbs up. Okay, so this, you want to make sure of all the strains that this is the best. And I highly suggest that you, Google this one and look it up, check it out, see why it's so important for your body. I didn't want to spend all morning taking your time with that, but write this sucker down because you want it. Okay, so the other thing that you want is, I mentioned digestive enzymes, that you wanted to include digestive enzymes. So this is the main digestive enzyme that you want. I think it's funny how when I put that paper up, see, the lighting's great, and I put that paper up and the lighting on my face is terrible. It's just funny. So that was the On Angel Swings phone. Okay, so this is Chitosanase. Yeah, I'm no good at that one, but at least you can see it and you can write it down. So this digestive enzyme breaks down chitin, chitin, and that is part of like candida yeast. Chitin is what makes up the wall, the cellular wall of candida yeast. And a lot of digestive enzymes can't really attack that wall effectively. This one does. It breaks down that cellular wall so that the probiotic strains can get in and really attack and get rid of, yeah, it is a hard word, isn't it, Dawn? They can really attack and get rid of that yeast overgrowth, but you need something to get at the wall of it so that the digestive strains can actually be effective. If you're not attacking that wall of the yeast overgrowth, then what good does it do? You're not getting in there and you're not really getting the effectiveness that you need. So those are the 2 things that you need to be looking for sure when you choose your probiotic. I highly recommend, if you missed those, that you rewind this or watch it again or whatever so you can write those down, and definitely look them up, do a little research on them and why they're so important. So let's review. Wherever you may get your probiotic, whoever you buy it from, whatever store you get it at, there are a few things you need to make sure that you're dealing with. And again, this is a baby step. So like, even if supplementation as a whole freaks you out and you're like, I don't know if I can keep up with all these pills, then get a probiotic. Start with one thing. You want to take it at night before you go to bed, because when your body is at rest, you're going into full digestive mode. So you want that probiotic in there while you're not adding more food to your body and your body is doing that full digest. Remember, you wake up in the morning and that bloatedness or whatever may be gone. That's because your body is in that full digestion. So you want that probiotic in there and affecting that process. So again, let's review. You want, and also start with like 1 pill and take it slow. Make sure you get enough water intake, all that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, anyway, sorry. You want to make sure that it has added digestive enzymes, that they are not something that you have to buy separately, that you need cultures that are alive past digestion and check. Usually that is based upon like a freeze-dried probiotic as opposed to a refrigerated probiotic. So that's what you want to look for. Something that has a shelf life is going to mean that when it's in your body, it's going to work more effectively, get into those large intestines and those small intestines rather than just in your stomach. And you'll have 100% useful rate. Those strains will be 100% useful rather than like 20 to 30% useful because they're freeze-dried. and our body temperature doesn't like kill them off. Let's see, it needs to have fungal killers, which is that Chitosanase thing, the digestive enzyme and fungal killer that gets in there, or the Lactobacillus Acidophilus is the fungal killer that you want to be looking for. And then the Chitosanase, again, look at the earlier part in the video to get those spelled out for you, is the digestive enzyme you want to be looking for. Make sure it has at least 5 strains so that you know that you're getting effectiveness. So if you have any questions, you feel free to message me. This was a lot of information today. And then if you're on a probiotic and you really find that it meets these criteria, let us know. And if you've been on a probiotic and you found it effective, comment below. Tell us what it's done for you so that other people who are just considering it can know how helpful they are. And of course, I take one that I feel like meets all these criteria. So if you're interested in learning about that, just send me a message and I'd be happy to help you. Thanks, Anna. I appreciate your encouragement. So you all, if you feel like this was of value, please share it so that other people can figure out what is best to have in a probiotic for themselves. And tomorrow we will have one more video on this Baby Steps to Gut Health, talking about subbing out things in your home to get rid of toxins. So everybody have an awesome Monday.